Crows remember your face. Not vaguely, not approximately. Specifically, individually, and for years. If you have ever made one angry, it already knows where you live. Crow. Most people walk past crows every single day without a second thought. That is a mistake, and the crow has noticed. The crow is not a background animal. It is not filling space in a parking lot or sitting on a wire by accident. It is watching, and what it does with what it watches is one of the most unsettling things happening inside any bird skull on the planet. Crows have a brain-to-body ratio comparable to that of great apes. Not comparable to other birds, comparable to primates. The part of the brain responsible for complex reasoning and decision-making is proportionally larger in a crow than in almost any other non-human animal outside of mammals. This is not a small bird doing impressive tricks. This is a small bird running cognitive hardware that took evolution millions of years to build anywhere else. The facial recognition ability is not anecdotal. Researchers at the University of Washington tested this directly. Scientists wore specific masks while trapping and banding crows on campus. They then walked the same paths wearing the same masks without touching or disturbing any birds. The crows that had been trapped mobbed the researchers aggressively. Crows that had never been trapped ignored them completely. The recognition was specific to the mask, transferred to other crows who had never encountered the original trapping event, and persisted for years after the initial encounter. The crows taught each other which face was a threat. That last part is the part that sits differently once you understand it. A crow that had a bad experience with one human told other crows. Those crows, who had no personal reason to hold a grudge, held the grudge anyway because they were told to. Social transmission of specific learned information about specific individuals is a behavior that most animals do not demonstrate at all. Crows do it routinely. They also use tools, not in the loose sense of picking up a rock. Crows in the wild have been documented shaping tools, selecting raw materials based on quality, carrying preferred tools to new locations for later use, and in laboratory settings solving multi-step sequential puzzles that require holding an intermediate goal in mind while completing an unrelated prior step. A crow has been filmed using a short stick to retrieve a longer stick, then using the longer stick to retrieve food it could not otherwise reach. The short stick was useless for the final goal. The crow used it anyway because it understood the sequence before beginning. They play, not in the reflexive sense of young animals burning energy. Adult crows have been filmed repeatedly sliding down snow-covered roofs on makeshift sleds, returning to the top and sliding again. No food involved, no survival function. Just the activity repeated for its own sake by an adult animal that had other things it could have been doing. The crow sitting on the wire above your car this morning was not waiting for anything in particular. It was watching the patterns of who arrives, who leaves, who looks up, and who does not. It has been doing this every morning. It will keep doing it. And if you have been looking back at it without knowing what you were looking at, there is a reasonable chance it already knows your face better than you know its. Thank you.